There, how about that? Is that better? All right. Can anyone hear me now? Try it again. We're live at Midwest Best Barbecue. Woo! Jeez. Still can't hear me? It's unmuted. Nope, still can't hear. Rocket Bengals says it can. There we go. Huh? Who did what? All right, we're having a great time here at Midwest Best. I hope everybody can hear us. Food's great. Food's awesome. We're having a great time under a little technical difficulties here. We're watching the Bearcat game, getting ready for the NFL playoffs tonight. Hopefully watching the Ratbirds lose. Hopefully watching the Chiefs lose. That'd be great. I'm going to bring on, if he's ready, my co-host for the evening, if he's over there checking stuff out. The one, the only. Coming around. It's coming around. It's Bengals Captain. Woo! What's up, Cap?
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Full of excellent chili.
Oh, dude.
Best chili that I've ever had. And everybody knows it's like your mom makes, whoever you are, your mom makes the best chili. And I'm telling you, Midwest Best can beat her. Tell your mom this Midwest Best makes better chili. I'm sorry.
Telling you, we got here and I tried the CTB wings for the first time. And then Tim's like, you got to try our chili. I was like, all right, I'm down. Oh, my goodness. It is delicious. So I can't figure out what's my favorite. The ribs here, the Uno wings, the CTB wings, the chili, the brisket, the Chop likes the macaroni and cheese. I mean, it's all delicious here. I mean,
it's amazing.
I can't find my favorite.
Amazing food, and somehow, as good as the food is, better people.
Exactly.
Awesome. This is a game day experience in the late fall.
And we have Maddie Myers off camera. But yes, the open patio is back here. You guys can come hang out. Not now. I mean, it'd be kind of cold out there right now. Come hang out with us up here. So what's up to everybody in the chat? I haven't got to say hi to anybody yet because, like I said, we've had a little discombobulation here. But what's up? We got who's in there first? I think Stranger's in there first. Robert's in there. Johnny Paps, what's up? Hunter's in there. Rocket Bengal, Brad, let's go Bearcats. Lindsay's in there. No sound. Mike's in there. Yep. I know you guys can hear me now. So I'm happy. I'm happy you guys can hear us. So, Cap, NFL playoffs today, 4:25. That's the Bills game, right? Bills and Ravens, or is that Texans and Ravens?
Texans and
Ravens. All right.
Bills and Ravens. He's already thinking the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs.
Yes, exactly. Bills are beating the Chiefs. I already know that. But what's the chances of the Ravens winning? I don't want them to win.
You know, the odds. What? Chat, help us out. Last time I think I saw 9.5. Some of the sports books give 9.5.
Right.
I think that's nuts because this Ravens team has not played this C.J. Stroud.
Yes.
They handled him early, but it was early in C.J. Stroud's career. C.J. Stroud is a different QB right now, and they are hot. I'm telling you, my money's on the Texans.
Dude, my money's on the Texans because, look, the Ratbirds haven't played their starters in 2 weeks. I mean, and they when was the last meaningful game they had? So, I mean, there could be rust. I mean, the Texans had to play their way in. C.J. Stroud is playing – he's playing as good as Joe Burrow. Every bit as good as Joe Burrow. And he's a rookie. Everybody keeps forgetting he's a freaking rookie. And they're playing awesome. So, yeah, I'm a little biased. I want the Texans to win. I hope they do. I think they have a shot. Will they? I don't know. But the thing is, Lamar Jackson's got another shot at being MVP again for the second time. But he's only won one playoff game. One. That's it. This could be maybe his second. Hopefully not. Hopefully he loses it. But that's where I'm at. I'm like, yeah, they could win.
You keep saying, hopefully he loses.
Hopefully he loses. Yes, I want him to lose.
Not to be a hater.
Oh, I'm a hater. Right. Oh, I'm a total hater. I have no problem. I'm wearing Bengals stuff. Of course I'm a hater. But I want them to lose. I want them to lose. Like I said, that's how I do the playoffs here. I want the Chiefs to lose, number one. I want the Ravens to lose, and I want the Steelers to lose. Oh, yeah, and I also want the Sucky Niners to lose. That's just old Bengals stuff for me. But then other than that, I don't care. But that gives me rooting interest. I get root against them. I mean, how do you watch the playoffs now if your team's not in it?
You know what? I am basically Capstradamus. I knew the Browns would get embarrassed. I knew the Steelers would get embarrassed. Honestly, I'm calling. I think the Ravens are going to overlook the Texans. I think the Ravens are going to get embarrassed. We'll see. I almost hate to say embarrassed. I really feel good about the Texans and how they match up against this Ravens team because when you saw us play the Texans, we've played the Ravens well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Joe Burrow on one leg should have beat him the first time around.
Yes.
You know, Browning made it a game when Burrow came out, despite all of the air being sucked out due to the injury to Burrow. We all know it happens. Those fans don't want to admit it. But, yes, that was a huge momentum shift. I really do believe the Texans are going to win. And I didn't watch the Browns game at all because I knew what was going to happen.
You're that confident?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's easy. You know what? Cancun is nice this time of year. I'm feeling good. I got my Cincy chain thanks to Darth Bengal.
Yes.
You know,
I got my Bengal one thanks to Darth.
Life is good. I'm just relaxing, enjoying the chaos.
Exactly. Now we got the Sucky Niners and the Packers tonight at 8:15. I'm going to be rooting for the Packers, but I hate to say it. I think the Sucky Niners might actually take this one. But this,
Really?
Well, it goes down to how good is their actual coach, because, you know, they keep talking about how good Shanahan is and all this. What Shanahan won? Nothing. He's won zilch. And, I mean, Green Bay came in with mostly rookies and destroyed the Cowboys. Destroyed them. So I'm giving the Packers.
Shocked.
I was shocked. Oh, I was completely shocked. So I'm giving the Packers definitely a fighter's chance. But you're still going to San Francisco. But they did go to Dallas and win. I don't know. What do you got?
I mean, the Bengals beat them in San Francisco.
The Bengals destroyed them in San Francisco.
I don't understand. I have not watched the Packers enough this year.
Right.
But what the heck is going on with them right now? They are hot. I wouldn't want to play the Packers. Packers are probably the team that I want to play the least in the entire playoffs right now because they are smoking hot. I think they're going to continue to be smoking hot. And if Brock Purdy has a game like he had against the Bengals, it's going to be Jordan Love. What if we have Love Stroud Super Bowl?
Hey, I'd take it.
That's nuts.
That would be awesome. And the thing is, like, I never forgot about Love, you know, because he was in the same draft class as Burrow. You know, and some people were at the time were like, why did they? Because they could have taken T. Higgins. Thank you for not taking him. And they drafted Love. That's how we got. Honestly, that's how we got T. Higgins. But I mean, hindsight, the way the Packers are rolled out, I mean, they might be going on their third straight legit quarterback, go from Favre to Aaron Rodgers now to Love. I mean, that's unheard of.
That's like Cincinnati level of quarterback success.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Now, Blake Bortles. No, Blake Bortles, that's 49ers quarterback?
No, Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. I get it right. Too many Brocks in my head. Brock Purdy. Is the Cinderella slipper going to crack on him like it did for the Browns quarterback? Because I still don't believe in him. I mean, he's got one of the best talented teams around him. He's Andy Dalton 2.0.
Brock isn't asked to do too much, but at the same time, what he's asked to do when he's on, he is absolutely one of the best to do it. I understand why people say, you know, I don't believe in it because we saw the Bengals dismantle it.
Right.
But we got him out of his game.
Mm-hmm.
We played him the exact way that he should be played. If the Packers can copy that, you know, and of course we had a little bit of help with injury to Debo. Yeah. You know, Debo's game changer. People are saying that Debo not being there, like, no. The guy's a running back. He's a wide receiver. He's a blocker. He's everything you could want. And he makes the defensive coordinator lose sleep the night before. So it depends, but, you know, they're not going to ask him to do a lot. With that said, I think Brock Purdy is going to do not a lot, very well. And it's going to be a great game. That's going to probably be the best game of the weekend.
I don't think. Do you think we're going to have any blowouts? Like every game last week was a blowout except Detroit and LA. LA. That was the only one that wasn't a blowout. We're going to have a similar thing where we're going to actually have some games.
425?
Yeah, any of them this weekend.
I think today. Today? I seriously, I'm putting all my money on the Texans.
Dude,
the Texans are going to shock the world, and Bengals fans are going to laugh.
So we got my wife's favorite team tomorrow. We got the Buccaneers and the Lions. And I told her, I said, you know everybody's been rooting against you because the Lions are the Bengals of 2021. Everybody's been rooting for Detroit because they haven't won in God knows how long. And Buccaneers just won the Super Bowl in 2020 and yada, yada, yada. And I flat told her, I said, I think he got a shot, but I really think Detroit has a shot if they get past if the Sucky Niners win, which I think they're going to. If they get past the Sucky Niners, of course they're going to go to the Super Bowl. That's their big one to get over. I think the Lions can win against the Buccaneers. Unfortunately, all my in-laws are watching. Don't kill me. I'm just give my honest opinion. I'll be rooting for the Buccaneers. So honey, if you're watching, I still like the Buccaneers. So what's your thought? Is there a glass slipper going to crack, or are they going to keep rolling on?
The only thing I worry about in Detroit is quarterback. So we had that perfect run in 2021,
right?
But we had Joe Burrow. Now haters will talk about, Joe Burrow in the fourth quarter. Look at Joe Burrow's stats. Blah blah blah. The games played out in such a way that Joe Burrow didn't show in the statistical categories like touchdowns in the fourth quarter, whatever, as much as he needed, or as much as we would like, I guess, to say. He didn't need to.
Right.
He did exactly what was it. Now, what you don't see in those stats are, the avoiding a sack, a sure sack. Chris Jones had him, I believe it was Chris Jones, had him dead to rights. Mm-hmm. How he got out of that and then got a first down. The little things that don't show up that our critics will use against us. It was all of those little plays made, all of the smart decisions, the dump offs that were critical, kept the ball moving for us to win the game. No, we didn't blow anybody out, but Joe Burrow showed that he is that guy. I just worry about that with Detroit.
Yeah.
When it's not a perfect game, mm-hmm. Are they going to be able to overcome QB?
That's kind of the thing with both these quarterbacks. You got Baker Mayfield and the Lions quarterback, and they're both like a redemption tour. Both of them got kicked to the curb from the Browns and Baker's Browns, Rams, and Carolina, and the Rams one he used to be the Rams quarterback, Detroit's quarterback. They both got kicked to the side, and that's kind of like their redemption tour. This is their time to shine. It's like, all right, you gave up on us. Look what you did. Look what you lost. Look. How great is that with the Browns one? You had Baker, and not only did the Texans beat you with all your draft picks, and Baker Mayfield is going farther to playoffs than you did.
When Dave Chappelle said Twitter is not a real place, all you have to do is look at Browns fans, because the Browns fans on Twitter, as much as they talk. And they got to watch Baker Mayfield. Had they had Baker Mayfield this year, dude, they might be Super Bowl favorites.
I've said that before, and I said that on the show this week. I'm like, I don't understand why they were so hell-bent on getting rid of Baker, because the year Baker last year he played for the Browns, he was hurt most of the year, and that was his contract year. He had time to make his money, and instead he tried to play through his and he played terrible because he's hurt.
Not only was he hurt though. Everyone forgets, all the people pounding the table for Stefanski for Coach of the Year wanted him fired.
Yep.
Browns fans hated him all over. I didn't remember seeing anyone that defended him on Twitter, mm-hmm. which we realize is toxic at times. But that was the truth of the matter. Now suddenly it's Stefanski was the reason that they did so well. No, I do not at all believe. I think they had a little bit of luck. And
I think it was more their defense. That they had a legit defense. I'll put that on there.
Some referees helped them out. A couple games.
Easy schedule.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They played the 49ers when they were more hurt than when we played them, and they played them at home, and they got help at the end with one of the calls. So a lot of things added up to that. If Stefanski was a better play caller, if he's a better head coach, throw out the injuries to Baker Mayfield. Baker would have had a more successful career in Cleveland, and that's why we're seeing a little bit of a resurgence in Tampa Bay. I feel bad for the good Browns fans out there. I feel bad for you.
Exactly. Just to let everybody know, we are live here at Midwest Best Barbecue, and if my computer works here, I'm gonna try to play the commercial we made for them. So come join us out here. We're out off 275 Ward's Corner exit. Come out here, eat some delicious wings. Check out the new chili. Tim just made it. It's as good as your mom's chili, maybe even better, slightly better. I don't know.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry,
it's
Mom.
Better.
It's delicious. So yeah, come out here, join us. We'll be out here till about 3:00, hanging out, watching we got the Bearcat game on. Look, it's actually in commercial right now, so I don't even know what the Earth's on. Well, it's spinning right now. There we go, 33-31 Bearcats. So you come out here, watch that, hang out with us, and have a good time. And what's one thing I want to bring up that you brought up about the Sucky Niners game? And yes, I always refer to them as Sucky Niners. But we keep talking about we played them when they were injured. True. But if you watch that game, I think we would have beat them regardless.
Yeah.
Because that was the best our offense looked the entire year. The 49ers, Sucky Niners had no idea if you were running the ball, if we were throwing the ball, if we were rolling out. The whole game, they never knew. That was the best our offense looked the entire time.
That was also Zach Taylor, Brian Callahan. That was Joe Burrow healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we wanted to do all year. That's what we've wanted to be more of. So, Zach got a lot of hate with dealing with the injuries, but honestly, we're going to see a different Bengals offense. You saw a little bit of it with Browning. We're going to see that next year, but that's why that game was pretty much the pinnacle of. And still, all we need is Burrow to be in the 70, the average starter pro football focus grade for us to win every single game. We are undefeated as of late 2021. I can't remember the stat that I always throw out, but I shared a video recently. Somebody did a great breakdown of those PFF grades and how they come to those to give people a little bit better understanding that, the box scores aren't everything. If you are throwing an easy dump off to a running back who then takes it 70 yards for a touchdown, you're not going to get a lot of credit from Pro Football Focus, but your passer rating is going to be ginormous. So there's a lot more nuance to that, and it's really not that scary. It's not that secretive. It's watch the film. Is your quarterback working hard to make plays that couldn't be made by anybody else? He's going to get a better grade on that particular play. If he's dinking and dunking and everybody else is doing the work, he's not going to get any bonus.
Right. And that's the thing that I'm trying to put this out for Bengals fans. Some of them are, Bengals fans, Cincinnati fans in general, like, oh, doom and gloom. We didn't make the playoffs. I'm like, we still got Jackpot Joey. We still got a really good team. We still have the same team that went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, went to the AFC Championship game last year. We were in the AFC Championship game. If Joe Burrow doesn't get freaking hurt, we're in the playoffs this year. I mean, it's not even fun.
We're Super Bowl favorites if he's not hurt.
So that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, yeah, they got stuff like Jen Williams got fair. What we're going to do. I think DJ's coming back. I think they're going to sign him. But how? If
DJ, we love you.
Yes. Prayers for DJ.
Jonah, come back. Everybody come back. Let's just run it back.
Yeah,
please. All
T's
you.
Gonna come back. Run it back.
We love you.
Add a couple players. I do think we need some added depth to our interior defensive line to help DJ and BJ out and get some more guys there. I think our people keep banging on the secondary. I think our secondary is going to be a lot better. It's going to be the second year. Juice. Cam Taylor, he doesn't get hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, he's a Pro Bowler.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you right now. He was out for 4 weeks. I think it was. That ruined his chance of being.
But now somebody who was it? Ramsey missed more games and made it.
Well, he's got the name.
Exactly.
That's why.
Again, that is why Pro Bowl. It's a popularity contest.
Right.
The voters, we voted for him. We got him 4th place, and it still wasn't good enough. So,
right.
You know what?
Exactly.
He is a Pro Bowler this year. I don't care if he's on the roster or not. He's a Pro Bowler.
So I guess my point is, we're going to be fine. I mean, the Bengals. I have all faith in the world of Zach Taylor. Now, the one thing that does scare me, and me and Joe kind of got a little dispute about this yesterday's show, is the chances of losing both Brian Callahan and Pitcher. Because the way I put it this way, because Pitcher is interviewing for a offensive coordinator job, Callahan's obviously interviewing for a head coaching job. If Pitcher gets an OC job first, he might go, and then if Callahan gets a head coaching job after that, he might go, and then we might lose both of them. That's the fear for me. And everybody's like, oh, it doesn't matter. We got Joe Burrow. Like, I agree, we got Joe Burrow, but we still need an offensive coordinator. We still need someone who's been here for 5 years to run the offense and help grow it.
And Pitch is an amazing
I don't want
guy.
Pitch to leave.
There's a lot of I could see Callahan's great.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. There's something about Pitch that I could see him once he gets that opportunity, the acceleration to stardom just takes off. So I heard that there is an understanding about the timing of these positions amongst those two. So
right.
I think we're going to be okay. I don't believe we're going to lose both.
I hope
I think there's going to be the opportunity that if we do lose Callahan, we are going to then promote pitch to offensive coordinator.
Definitely. I'll go to my man Mon here. Check him out. If you guys don't listen to or watch the Bengals Pulse, go check those guys out. They do a great job. But he says basically needs help in the secondary, which I do agree. We need to add people to the secondary. It's more of, and this is where I think Nick Scott might not be a Bengal next year, and where I can see them adding a veteran to that locker room, which Joe put this out yesterday. He said his big hot take or whatever is Von Bell is going to get released from Carolina, which would be great. Sign me up for that and bring him back. I would be all for that. But in general, I do think there needs to be a veteran safety, not necessarily to start, but just to be in that room to kind of help mold these guys a little more. But Jordan Battle is phenomenal. Well, he's fine. It's more of Dax, and from what I've heard, it's communication. Michael Trager came on the show this week and said it's his vocalness, being loud. And I'm like, well, come hang out with me. I can teach him how to be loud. Me and Kat can teach him how to be loud and vocal. But if that's it, that's something I think he can grow into.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't think it's as big a deal, but I think they do need to add to it.
Some of the big misses, if you look back to some of the film on Dax, he took out his own guy on a couple of long, busted plays, essentially. I don't think that's going to be a problem. That's not just something that he does. It was just weird. And I can't remember who said it, but somebody talked about the communication, and they talked about how they knew they could fix it. They knew what to do. They just didn't do it. And they kept talking about it, and it just didn't happen. And it was just a weird year. And I think it was a combination of everything, and catching a team that was confident and had everything rolling with some new blood, some new learning curves. Everything just fell the worst possible way. I don't think we're going to have that. So I do think we need to shore up the secondary. I also do think we're going to see a better Dax next year.
Yes.
We're going to see a guy like Jordan Battle with another year under his belt, Juice with another year under his belt. We're going to have, even Cheeto seems like it was a little bit of a slow, a little bit of a slow recovery. He started looking a little bit better, but he even called himself out. A couple of missed tackles, a couple of missed assignments later in the year. He put that on himself. So I think we'll be fine in the secondary. Lou did not stop being Lou Dini. It was just a challenging season. Coach, I'm not going to grade a coach or judge a coach how they perform in the worst possible moments if they're doing great in the good to great moments. Not everyone can pull everything from the ashes.
Right.
But some people who can also can't steer a championship team to the championship. We've seen our guys can steer us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. They're going to be back. Everything's going to look good next year.
All right. I'm going to try. I might need my glasses to read this. I'm on a smaller screen. Can you read that?
Yeah. To Cap and I and those in chat, of the position most in need, in your own opinion, what would be taken 1, 2, 3 offensive line, defensive line, or tight end in this draft, or are we doing BPA?
Well, for me, it depends on what happens. And it's hard to answer this. It depends on what happens in free agency. If they keep Jonah Williams, then you're going defensive line. If they don't keep Jonah Williams, then you're going right tackle. So it's kind of hard to answer that right now for me. I kind of tongue-in-cheek said Brock Bowers as far as tight end. I'd love to get him. This is my dream scenario. I say we re-sign T, we re-sign Jonah, we bring DJ back, we go out and sign Chris Jones, and we draft Blake Bortles Brock Bowers from Georgia. I said your offseason is fixed. That'd be great. I don't believe that's actually going to happen, but that's a perfect offseason, I think, for the Bengals. But to answer that, to me, I always have to wait to see what happens in free agency to see who we bring back, who we bring in, and then you go on to, all right, we got to draft this, we got to get this guy,
Couple off seasons in a row. We've talked about that, where we have settled a few question marks prior to the draft, which enabled us to do things in the draft that maybe people were not expecting. I hope we do that again. I hope we go after a couple of positions of need, free agency, to loosen up some of the stress around the draft. I'm still big BPA. Yeah. Give me the best player available within reason. And I love the fact that, Joe Goodberry backed me up on, because I just had this feeling that when you look recent drafts, that relative athletic score has popped up more. We've seen more guys like in the green, more of the athletic guys. And he said, looking at the data, the trend is upward, which is good.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? If you're a leader, if you're a captain, if you've got the experience, if you're athletic, you've got a good chance of being drafted. What happens, where that falls in the draft, I have no idea. I worry about tight end and drafting tight end in the first round because I don't know that we've got a phenomenal core of receivers. I don't know if Joe Burrow covets a tight end enough for us to draft. We could get a steal in the second round.
I mean, for me,
don't look at me about sample. I saw every one of you do it. Don't.
Now, for me, like Tanner Hudson and Sample, I think are your first two in right now. Those are your 1, 2, however you want to put it in the tight end room. If you can get a guy like Brock Bowers, if you can get him in there, he's a game changer. Those are the type that Joe has never had. You can put him in there, and you never have to take him out because he can block, he can pass, or he can catch pass, he can run routes, he can split away. He can do everything. That's to me is where I don't know if Joe covets it, but if he sees what he can do, Joe Burrow is going to take advantage of that. So that's just another weapon that we could just add to the arsenal. Now, again, depends on what they do in free agency. If Jonah Williams leaves, which I think there's a very good chance that he will, we got to get a right tackle, either free agency or draft. That to me, that's the number one. You got to protect 9, and then it's defensive line. Which we got Geno Atkins in the third round, fourth round. You can get defensive players. You can get anybody later rounds. But what scares me though, Cap, is the Bengals have not done the greatest job of drafting offensive linemen. Cordell Wilson, they hit on him, but just higher ones. Jonah Williams, I like Jonah Williams. I defend him. But where he was drafted at, he probably should have been a Pro Bowl or All-Pro or something like that. He's still a very good right tackle. I want to keep him. But that does scare me about the Bengals' just track record of drafting offensive linemen.
I don't know what changed because Whitworth was second round.
Yep.
You're talking about Atkins being a later round.
Mm-hmm.
You've got some of the receivers that we've plucked from later rounds. We've done very well scouting and drafting in a lot of drafts. But for some reason, offensive line, when we hit 2015, and this was a Super Bowl caliber team,
mm-hmm.
so you can gamble a little bit. So it's like, okay, Aboye, injury concerns, he fell, you get a top 5, top 10 talent. A lot of people talked about it at the time where we got him later in the draft. You hope that the injury heals up and then he's back at it. Didn't quite work out. Jake Fisher was second round, so they double dipped when they could, and they whiffed. And then ever since then, it's been difficult. Now, Duke Tobin didn't just forget how to spot talent. Our staff, our scouts, they didn't just change what they look for. But we have had an interesting run, and I'm going to say interesting because Volson started out slow last year, and I'm basing my opinion on all the experts because I am not an expert at play, but there were some rough games, and he picked it up later. Jonah was honestly a savior at right tackle. I loved him at right tackle. OBJ was a great addition. As much as KC fans try to knock him, he played very well in the spot.
Too.
We had some issues, in the inside of the line for a lot of different reasons. But I think the offensive line would tell us right now it's all about gelling.
Yes.
And
well, that's why I want Jonah back.
Right.
Just to be the first time that we have all 5 guys back in the same, and people are like, "Oh, Jonah stinks. Jonah's terrible." Jonah, your PFF grades, and all right, for me, most of the pressure we got, and I love Ted Karras, I love Cordell Wilson, but most of the pressure we were getting was coming off the middle. It wasn't our tackles. I'm not saying Jonah blocked everybody. They're never going to block everybody. He's going against Myles Garrett, and he's going against T.J. Watt. They're the 2 of the best defensive linemen in football. Nobody blocks them. So is Jonah an All-Pro? No. Is Jonah good? Yes. If you have all 5 guys coming back and doing the same thing and just communication, and that's the thing with offensive line, you got to know, all right, I'm going to step this way. You stepped out, so you don't step on each other. If you play the whole season together at least once, and in all the same positions, that's huge.
You know, what is your weakness? Are you going to let a bull rush in on your right side and I'm beside you here? So I've got to know that so that I'm looking this way to even just get one arm out, things like that.
Right, exactly.
They, Cordell Volson has literally told me that, verbatim playing video games. We do need that. I do believe that they will be better to start. If we keep them all, they'll be better this next year. But if there is an absolute can't miss stud available in the first round, you got to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all. And everybody keeps saying, like even I had Dan Horder on yesterday, and he was like, I really don't think they're going to resign Jonah Williams. Well, I'll play it this way. All right, so DJ Reader is injured. He's not going to get the big contract. He's probably going to be a one-year prover deal. Most likely he's willing to come back here because he already knows everything. He loves it here. The team loves him. T. Higgins, worst case scenario, he's going to get the tag on him.
Yep.
That's worse. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be a Bengal next year. I don't see them tagging and trading him because Joe already came out and said that he wants him back. Joe says it. He's coming back. So that leaves Jonah. And everybody keeps going like, well, he's going to make all this money, which he could. I don't disagree because he's proven he can play left tackle and he can play right tackle. But if you look at this team, and Pratt did it, Logan Wilson did it. They took quote unquote less money. They still got paid.
Yeah.
But they didn't get the big money that they could have. I mean, you're talking a couple $1 million. You still got life-changing money.
Yeah.
There's a point where guys, and my Pork Chops brought this up on the show. The guys play this game. When you're Pee Wee football, you play this game to, first of all, make the NFL. Second of all, win the damn Super Bowl. And you're on a team and you got a quarterback like Joe freaking Burrow, Jackpot Joey, and you know that dude's going to be fired up and ready to go next year because you know he's pissed off. They got hurt. You know he's fired up. He's focused. And he's like, all right, y'all keep talking. I'm coming back. You know those guys want to go through a wall for that guy. So that's where I'm like, I
come to a championship team.
Right.
Because the players know your championship team doesn't mean you're going to win a championship every single year. When you lose as much as we lost this year, and again, I don't care about the coaches that somehow still, squeaked into the playoffs. We saw what happened. You have enough injuries, you're done. You're going to tank your season. Come to a championship caliber team, win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow because it is going to happen. It is absolutely going to happen. As long as he's healthy and he's playing, it's going to happen. We saw it 2021. We saw it should have been. Discount. No one's going to work for, relative peanuts in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But, if you're looking at a difference between 12 million a year and 10 million a year, and you can stay, be with your guys, be with a locker room that you love, be in a situation where the head coach loves you, the city loves you, we all love all of you, and get a chance to win the Super Bowl, players are going to take that. I heard the same thing about Tyler Boyd, that there is a good chance that, a max deal.
Him, T, and Jamar are on vacation right now
Very
together.
tight.
Right now. They're in Cancun or somewhere. So they're on vacation.
Cancun.
Yeah, of course, I know. But they're on vacation together. I mean, you don't do that with people you don't love and you don't want to play with.
They're going to talk about contract negotiations together. Like they're going to come to now. This is not, and again, the fans, we don't want this. And I think the team has proven with the money that they've spent that they're not going to screw anybody over. I feel like they learned hard lessons when Andrew Whitworth says, if they would have just told me how much they appreciated me, I would have taken a discount. And he didn't hear that. That breaks my heart because we still love that man.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think this front office, Elizabeth, Caroline, all of that new thought and emotion into how do we lead this team into the new era. I think they're going to approach this the right way.
Yeah.
They're going to offer a fair contract, and they're going to let them know, stay. Mm-hmm. We need you to win that Super Bowl, and you'll be forever a hero in the city. Like, please stay, we're saying this right now.
Please
stay. But I don't think we're going to try to offer them something that's just ridiculous. That when it leaks into Twitter or X, everyone's going to make fun of us. No. We're going to offer fair market values, and we're going to say, listen, we need to put the pieces together. The jigsaw's got to fit.
And Joe said it. I know the question was more about about things been put in place to help keep his weapons around. I consider the offensive line a weapon.
Yeah.
I consider that now. You say what you want, because like I said, the question was about T. It wasn't about Jonah. I think, and I don't know anything about Joe's contract. I just know he said there's things put in place. He could, I guess, defer money or whatever. So if he wants Jonah and wants to keep the same guys, there's a good chance that he's going to get what Joe wants. So that's where I wouldn't put it past the Bengals to bring Jonah back, to bring T, to bring them all back, and then add to the team. Now this would be, I think, unbelievable, because Mike Petraglia brought this up on Thursday's show, that he could see the Bengals possibly going after Chris Jones, which I think would be awesome. I can't stand the guy right now. He's chief, but you put the stripes on, you're become one of my favorite players.
We need you, OBJ. Help us out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, go call your boy up and say, hey, Cincinnati's pretty cool. But if you add him to this defensive line, dude. And now the thing is, like, people are like, oh, well, he's going to want all the money he can get. He's the same age as DJ Reader. And no matter if DJ was fully healthy this year, I don't think DJ was getting the money that he got this last contract because of his age. Because once NFL players get to 30, 32, 33, they start declining, and NFL teams have got to the point where they don't pay them. So that's where I'm like,
as men in our 40s.
Yes, sir.
I hate hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's after 30. He's worthless.
Yeah.
My wife is here. You can't say that.
I'm talking about NFL players. We're still in our prime. You see, we're in our prime. Right?
I'm getting better with age. I'm like a fine wine.
Yeah, exactly. Don't mind the gray. I did that.
I'm not looking at my wife. I think she's laughing. But you know what? You talked about the contracts and stuff. If I recall correctly, people were talking about OBJ was going to get just a huge bag in the offseason. He actually took less to come to a better city with as good a barbecue. We're sitting in proof.
Midwest best.
As good a barbecue as anything out in KC.
Better than anything they got in Kansas City. This is way better.
And he loves it here. He said it. He likes it here better. He likes the locker room better. Also, one of the contentions that fans have had over the years with the Bengals are, how are these teams getting these deals done? Like, where is the money going? There's an unlimited supply of money. They're super creative. And I have predicted the year prior with Joe Burrow's contract. You said it. We don't know everything that's in there.
Right.
But with that contract, I predicted, watch. They're going to do some of that creative stuff for the first time. Because here's the thing you've got to remember. They are very, very intelligent executives. You don't believe me? Go to one of the charity events, strike up conversation, especially legal. They're attorneys. They are very intelligent. They know. They're not just sitting here with blinders on while everything else that happens around them, and they wonder, well, what's this deferred what?
Never heard of it.
They're attorneys. They're experts at their craft. They understand everything. They're hearing it. Just because they didn't want to do it previously, that's where the Bengals fans were upset. They didn't want to do it. Maybe we could have. You know what? Now they want to do it a little bit more. Now we're going to be able to do some of the more creative stuff and keep this core together and build that Super Bowl winner. So I'm not worried about contracts. I'm not worried about them being able to bring in a big name. I think it's going to happen, and I'm targeting Chris Jones if I'm the Bengals.
Dude, if we get him. Like I said, the perfect offseason is what I said before. We Coach Jones, Brock Bowers, keep T, and keep Jonah and DJ. I mean, dude, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that. And the reason I'm even thinking it's going to happen is because we got OBJ last year, and that wasn't even on the roadmap at all. I mean, that just happened there. That he came here
a little bit.
Yeah, well, I never heard anything about it. Maybe some other people knew something more than I did.
It's funny. There are still the holdouts on social media who think the Bengals are stuck in this previous generation, this previous idea. And yet you better believe if there's a player you want, someone in that building has already thought about it and somebody has already made the phone call. I don't want to talk too much, but we were worried about tight end.
Yeah.
And some stuff come out about Hayden Hurst. Mm-hmm. And maybe one of our coaches had already had a conversation a week or two prior just to say, hey, how's the family? Mm-hmm. How you doing? Just check it in, because people do that. You develop those relationships. I'm just saying, they're always trying to get better. They will always try to improve.
We're talking to you.
Absolutely. So, you know what? You might make mistakes. You might have weird decisions for bringing in someone that fans don't agree with. It might take a while. Fans hated Trey Hendrickson.
That was terrible. Huh?
Losing Carl Lawson.
Oh, yeah.
I almost deleted Twitter. Some of y'all lost your minds.
Yeah.
Because his pressure rate, and I get
that's
it.
why I get tired of the PFF and all the other grades. I'm like, hey, just watch the game.
And I'm a data guy, so I love pressure rate. But you know what I like better? I like sacks.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, you're going to tell me in the same breath that quarterbacks need to be able to work out of structure, and pressure rate matters. Not when you're actually drafting quarterbacks who can work out of pressure and make big plays down the field. Like, literally, those two ideas conflict. Like, you're lauding pressure rate when you're also hoping your quarterback can throw a touchdown when somebody pressures him and not take the sack. That's why get someone who can get the sack.
Right.
Because It's a loss of down, it's a loss of yardage. And now it narrows the playbook on second down, on third down, on whatever. That's what I want. That's what we got with Trey. 17 and a half sacks.
Mm-hmm. The
quietly.
Bengals record. Almost.
Outside of Corey Bacon.
Yeah.
That is, my opinion, the official. They can look up the film.
Yeah.
They can count 22 and some odd Corey Bacon had. Mm-hmm. But the official with the counting and everything,
right.
I get it. Trey Hendrickson.
Exactly. So we're live here at Midwest Best Barbecue. For everybody who's in the restaurant, don't know what the heck you're watching. This is Sports Strawberry Ice. We got the man, Bengals Captain, here hanging out with me. Joey Carr from ZTV's here, so we're hanging out. Come join us. Get some of the chili. It is freaking delicious. Get the CTB wings. I tried to get Tim on camera, and he just went.
We need an outfit on camera.
Yeah.
That tiger outfit.
Yeah. We need her on camera. His little girl is adorable. Adorable. That's all I'll put
we
that
got
way.
A little tiny tiger in the house.
Exactly. So anyway, come on out here. We'll be out. They're gonna be open all day long. We'll be on here for about another 10 minutes or so. Come out and join the show. We're talking Bengals here. Bearcats are winning. Losing right at 55-49. Got the game on. 8 minutes and something left in the second half. So if the Bearcats win, that'll be the second straight team they beat in the top 25. They win. I think they're in the top 25. Rolling into Kansas on Monday, big Monday. So got a lot of cool stuff going on here since today. Get back to the Bengals here. This offseason, with everything that we talked about and everything, the one thing that we haven't mentioned yet is our schedule last year was one of the historically hardest schedules. I mean, I'm not making that historically hardest schedules in NFL history. We're going to have a easier schedule, but it's still hard. It's still like, and it is. People keep giving me crap because I've been trolling Chiefs fans, which actually I haven't really been trolling Chiefs fans. I had to put stuff on Twitter, and they
earned it though.
They've been coming back to me.
Holy cow, they earned it.
So they come
you
back to
see
me.
my DMs.
Oh, it's ridiculous. And I kept saying, like, we play in the best division in football. They're like, oh, what happened? Your two teams lost. Like, it's one game. One game, man, it could be any given Sunday. It can happen. But we legitimately play in the best division in football. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody except us, unfortunately, made the playoffs. And if we'd won one or two more games, almost everybody would have made it.
Yeah.
We had the same record as the Buccaneers, and they won their division. So, the thing is, like, next year, so my point is, next year we're going to have an easier schedule. That would be nice. Because you're going to get injuries, you're going to get that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, what I'm curious about, and Zach has done, and I love Zach Taylor, but he's not played.
I'm not holding any weapons toward him, just so you know.
At all. But he's never played people in the preseason. Never played Joe in the preseason. Do that stuff
because of injuries.
Right. But do you think he's going to play? Well,
yes.
his offense. The number one offense he hadn't played them. I think he's going to play them a little more this offseason because we got to get off to a better start.
So the start is 100% injuries, and I'm sorry, it's when you think about it, every year it's been something weird with with Joe. Now, I feel like I jinxed him because I was making jokes about that.
Oh, we're like, he's finally going to be healthy.
I am not saying a word.
Yeah.
This offseason, I am not going to acknowledge. I'm not retweeting. I'm not replying. If you mention Joe in offseason, I'm not saying a word. Leave me out of it. I am not doing it. But we get him healthy. We get him snaps. They're all playing. Yeah. Why? Well, we could have played Jamar. We could play T. Why? Why would you work on developing timing with Jake Browning in the preseason when you're working toward Joe Burrow starting game one? Joe Burrow was even ready the last preseason game, wanted to play. And Zach sat him. So for all the people saying, like, they should have sat him longer. He's a hard dude to pull back.
I hate that. Everybody said, should have sat him longer. Nobody knew Jake Bryan would play this good. Don't give me that crap. I mean,
Jake knew.
Well, Jake knew.
He's like, I've won other places. Yeah. I've won before.
He's won before. But the thing is, like, I hate that's a whole Monday morning go, you should have done this. Well, of course you're going to say that because you saw the result. So don't come at me and say, they should have done this. And I get irritated with that. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I think the key to next year is one, getting a healthy Joe Burrow. Yeah. And getting off to a 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 start, getting out there, getting in front of the AFC North, and making them chase us, and hopefully coast it to the end. Like because that's what the Ravens did, and the Ratbirds went out and took the lead first, and pretty much led it from start to finish. And I mean, kudos to them. I mean, I'm not throwing shade on them at all.
They got a little lucky.
That's what, they got lucky. Of course they did. but that's what they did. So that's what I think the Bengals. And that's where I think they were going to do that this year until Burrow got hurt. And when Burrow got hurt,
I promise you, Burrow was going to play because he almost, and I'm telling you that, he wanted to play that last game. It was not I heard it was not an easy no. It wasn't just a quick no, absolutely not. And no, there was discussion. He might have played that last preseason game. But the final word was absolutely not. So I guarantee you the starters were going to play.
So that goes to everybody where they think, the Bengals just do whatever Joe wants. Like, no, actually, Zach actually put his foot down and kind of, said, no, you're not doing that. So that's the thing. It's like Zach is a player's coach, but he's also, they respect him.
Yeah.
And that's what
he's a smart guy.
Yeah. And that's what people don't understand about Zach. Sometimes I think people think he's a pushover. He's not a pushover. He's a nice guy, but he's not a pushover.
Have you go to Getty Images? I'm grabbing the mic. Go to Getty Images. It's like what was it? The Adam Sandler movie, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
The kid, Billy comes back from high school. He's like, I bet that's funny. He's like, no, don't you ever. Yeah, I'm like, listen.
It's very intense.
I made that joke. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. This is terrible.
Talk about Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor not being a pushover.
Go to Getty Images and search Zach Taylor and find all of the photos of him losing his ever-loving mind on the sidelines. It's hilarious. It's my favorite thing to do. People don't understand. People will they'll be at games and say that, I wish he would get on rest. I'm like,
he does.
What
he did in the last one, what game was he was going absolutely nuts on the sideline. I can't remember what game it was.
I'm a huge fan. If you didn't know of Zach Taylor, so I'm watching. Like when I feel like when I'm throwing my imaginary flag, I'm immediately looking for Zach. And sure enough, headset gets ripped off, thrown down on the ground. He's like at the hash, chewing somebody out. I can't remember what game it was. It was just.
I wish I could remember. He was nuts.
There was one. It was horrible, and they took a TV timeout.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
He came on
he's on the field
for the next 3 series. He was literally teaching. I had the pleasure out in KC of talking with his sister, and she said, we just think that's the wildest thing because he wasn't like that growing up. He wasn't that confrontational. They're like, I don't know what to think when I see him losing his mind on the side. And I'm like, I love it. I love it because it is much harder for a person, I think, that just flies off the handle to then rein it in. But when you get a guy,
he does it when it's a point. He doesn't do it every time.
He was composed and he grew up being that type of leader, and he's learned when to turn that on and when to light somebody up when he's got to educate an official about his job.
Okay.
We're getting instructions.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
We got them.
We are going to do the get to giveaway here for the Cyclones tickets. So come join us. We are at Midwest Best Barbecue. It is packed house here, which is the Sports Strawberry Ice Show. I got my friend Bengals Captain. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a lot of fun.
I will have an excuse to come to Midwest Best Barbecue for anything. You name it. If anybody out there, you just randomly find me on social media, like, hey, you want to go to Midwest Best Barbecue?
Yes.
I will drive 2 hours down.
Yes, exactly. All right, so stick around. We're going to do the 5-minute little video here, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to do the ticket giveaway.
Take away.
Hey guys, we're back. We are live at Midwest Best Barbecue. We are going to give away the Cyclones tickets. We got 4 Cyclones tickets, a Marvel's hat, a Marvel's hoodie versus the Walleye. You had to sign up on CTV Online, subscribe to my channel. So if you're subscribed to my channel right now, you can see who wins. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel and see who we have, what the winner is. All right, congratulations to Larry Bradford. He is the winner. Let's go, Larry. There you go. He's the winner of the 4 tickets to the Cyclones, the Marvel's hoodie, and Marvel hat. So just like that, we've been doing these ticket giveaways. Last couple weeks, we're giving away the Joe Burrow helmet. We're giving away Bengals tickets. He's giving away Red Season tickets. He's giving away Bearcat tickets. Now Cyclones. I don't know what the next giveaway is, but I'm sure Joey's got something cooked up for you. All you guys got to do is go to ZTV Online, sign up there. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel because we give it away live on my show, usually on Fridays, but today was special. We did it on Saturday. It's been awesome out here. If you guys have not been to Midwest Best Barbecue, get out here.
So good.
Have some of the chili, have some of the wings, have some of the ribs. The macaroni and cheese is delicious. I don't think there's a bad thing here. It's all delicious.
The Uno wings, the CTB wings, like they'll cook up special flavors for our best players, and the flavor's the best. You gotta come. You gotta try it.
You gotta come. You gotta try it. Anyway, guys, it's been a blast. Let's go watch the hopefully the Rappers lose tonight, and then watch the Chiefs lose tomorrow. Yes, I'm a little biased. I want them to lose, Cap. Okay, just saying. I want them all to lose, and then I don't care. You know,
Let's go Stroud.
Exactly. I get up here to the outro here. Anyway, other than that, that's your sports, baby. See ya!